I am Dr. W.B. Gunule from Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the coordination compound, chapter number 9. And in this part, we are going to discuss the first of all, Werner's theory of coordination compound. And there are different postulates of the coordination compounds of Werner's theory. And in this, we are taking example of cobalt amine complexes. And after that, we are going to discuss what are the different types of complexes, and here also how to write the name of the complexes, that is IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compound, and we are taking some examples of this coordination compound and how to write, that is for positive ion we have to write first and after that negative ion, and in case of negative ion we have to write the different types of ligand, so neutral ligand first, then negative, and then positively charged ligand. So all these rules we are discussing in today's presentation. So today's topic is the coordination compound, chapter number 9, and already we have discussed the different terms in the coordination compound, that is what is coordination compound, what is complex ion, what are the different types of ligand, and also we have seen already the difference between double salt and the coordination complexes. So today we are discussing the first theory of the coordination compound, which is given by Alfred Werner, and he is the father of coordination chemistry, and he also got a Nobel Prize in the for the discovery of this coordination compound. So first theory of coordination compound or the complexes was given by Werner. After that, number of scientists have given the different theories for the coordination compound, and after that, that is the valence bond theory, then after that CFT crystal field theory, and after that also the ligand field theory. So different theories are there of the complexes, and the first theory is the Werner's theory of coordination compound. So here different parts that we are going to discuss are the Werner's theory of coordination compound, classification of complex, and different types of complexes, homoleptic depending upon the number of ligands, and heteroleptic complexes, classification based on the charge of the complexes, that is they may be a cationic, anionic or neutral complexes, and also we are going to discuss how to write the name of the complexes, that is IUPAC nomenclature of the coordination compounds. And so this is the Werner's theory of coordination compound, and this theory was put forward by the scientist Alfred Werner, and this is the important theory, and the postulates of this theory are first point is the unlike metal in the complex have two types of valency. So generally there are two types of valency. First is the primary valency, second is secondary valency. Primary valency is ionizable, secondary valency is non-ionizable, and second point of this type is the second important point is number of secondary valency for any metal is fixed, and also so we can say that the ionizable sphere consists of entities which satisfy the primary valency, and primary valencies are generally satisfied by the anions. So this is the important postulate of this theory. After that, next is the primary valencies are always satisfied by the negative ion, and the secondary valency may be satisfied by the negative ions or neutral molecules, and very rarely the positively charged ions. So this is the third one, and fourth is the secondary valencies have fixed spatial arrangement around the central metal ion, and two sphere of attractions are there. One is a coordination sphere and second is the ionization sphere. So some examples have been given here, and this is the hexamine cobalt chloride complex, and by taking this, these are the different types of complexes, and color is shown of these complexes, and here these are the historical names and these are the formula of the complexes, and so there are four different types of postulates. So this is the number 4 postulate. So on the basis of all these postulates we can explain the formation of complex, and here we are taking the example of hexamine cobalt 3 complexes, and this is the one important complex. This is the square bracket which is known as the coordination sphere. Outside the spaces present to the square bracket are the ionization sphere. So different types of complexes here, and the first complex was given and explained by the Werner, which is the cobalt amine complexes. So they have different colors also here, and here the species are present outside the coordination sphere are different, and the chloride is shown here, and for these complexes, this is the historical names have been also given, and here modern formula of this complex. So here out of these coordination sphere, 2 chlorides are there, here 3. So depending upon the nature of the species present inside the coordination sphere, different colors they have, the complexes can have. So here now by using this Werner's theory, Werner assigned the formula to the number of coordination compound, and important example he has taken is the cobaltic chloride, and cobalt chloride combined with when combined with the ammonia, forming different types of complexes, and here four complexes of different stoichiometric ratio have been considered, and here coordination number is fixed. That means when the coordination number 6, they form the octahedral complex. When coordination number 4, then there is a possibility of formation of square planar or tetrahedral structures of the complexes. So here this is the first complex having 6 coordination sphere, and here coordination number is 6. So 6 ammonia are shown here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So cobalt is the central metal ion, and 6 ligand present inside the coordination sphere are the ammonia, and 3 chlorides are the ionizable, which is present outside the coordination sphere, that is ionization sphere. So here 3 chloride ion gets dissociate when we ionization of this complex is carried out, and these are the another complexes, and in this case ammonia are 5. So out of these 3 Cl, 1 Cl enter into the coordination sphere to maintain the that is the coordination number 6, and here 2 chloride are coming inside the coordination sphere, here 3, all the 3. So no, here is a 0 ions of chloride ion, here is 1, here is 2, and here in this case 3. So number of chloride ion can be formed after dissociation, and this can be tested also by using the silver nitrate test. And here formula of the complex, one example is also given here, and the example is 1 mole of the purple colored complex COCl3 cobalt chloride when combined with the ammonia, and on treatment with the excess of AgNO3, it produces the 2 moles of AgCl. It means that write the formula of the complex if the coordination number of the complex of cobalt is 6. So this is the that is the numerical, and we have to find out the what is the formula, or write the formula of the complex if the coordination number of the cobalt is 6. So here 1 mole of the complex gives 2 mole of AgCl. It means that the 2 chloride ion react with the silver ion, and the complex has 2 ionizable chloride ion. The formula of the complex is then here is the so here cobalt NH3 Cl, because Cl2 outside this Cl2, 2 Cls are in ionization sphere, because 2 molecules of AgCl are forming. So this react with the silver chloride and forming 2. So here 2 moles of AgCl. So these 2 Cls are ionizable. In the similar way now, can you tell that 1 mole of the green colored complex of COCl3 and ammonia can treatment with the excess of AgNO3 and produces 1 mole of AgCl. What is the formula of the complex? Given coordination number of cobalt is also 6. So in this case also we can write the cobalt, and when it react with the ammonia and with excess of AgNO3, 1 mole of AgCl is formed. So inside the coordination sphere, what is now CONH36, and 1 Cl is outside the coordination sphere. So in this way we can write what is the formula of the complex. So we can give the formula to the complex, that CO NH36 and 2 Cl outside the sphere. So here 1 Cl is outside. So in this case we can write the complex in the square bracket CO NH3 4 and Cl2, and outside the coordination sphere Cl1. So in this way we can solve, and we can write the formula of the complex. So now the classification of complex, and complexes can be classified according to the type. There are 2 ways to classify the complexes. One is a classification on the basis of ligand. So what type of ligands are there? This is the first classification on the basis of type of ligand. First is the homoleptic complex, second is the heteroleptic complex, and homoleptic complex in this case example is a CONH36 3+. In this case only one type of ligands present around this cobalt 2 cobalt 3 plus ion, and the complexes in which metal ion bound to the only one type of ligand, and therefore such type of complexes are called homoleptic. Homo means same, so only similar type of ligands attached to the cobalt, therefore it is known as homoleptic. And the second is a heteroleptic complex. Now consider this complex, here 4 ammonia dichloro tetraamine cobalt complex. So in this case 2 types of ligands are there, ammonia 4 and 2 chloride ligands. So here 2 different ligands bound attached to the cobalt 3 plus ion, and therefore complexes of this type in which the metal ion is surrounded by more than one type of ligand are known as heteroleptic. So 2 different, hetero means different, so 2 different ligand attached to the metal ion in the complex, so it is the homoleptic, and this one is a heteroleptic. So 2 types are there depending upon the nature of the ligand. Second type of classification is also there of the complexes, and this classification based on the basis of charge on the complex. So based on the basis of charge present on the complex. So if the complex have positive charge, it is known as cationic complex. When complex have negative charge, it is known as anionic sphere complexes, and when the complex have no charge, then it is known as neutral sphere complexes. So first is the what is cationic complexes. So we can say that here the positively charged coordination sphere or the coordination compound having positively charged coordination sphere, and it is known as cationic sphere complex. For example here, so NH3 4, so tetraamine zinc 2 plus complex, or another that is a chloropentaamine cobalt sulfate complex. So these are the 2 examples of this cationic where there is a positive charge. In this second complex also CONH3 5Cl SO4. So this means SO4 2 minus, and this complex have 2 plus charge. So again the complex ion is a positively charged. So first type of complexes which is having on the coordination sphere, after that having the 2 plus charge. In this case also complex have 2 plus charge. So such type of known as the cationic. Cation means positively charged complexes. Second is the anionic sphere complexes. In this case, negatively charged coordination sphere or coordination compound having negatively charged coordination sphere is known as the anionic sphere complex. So example is a tetracyanonickel, so 2 minus. So see, on this complex there is a 2 negative charge, or in this case K3, and here is a 3 minus. So a complex ion may be positive or may be negative. Already we have seen. So in this case the complex have negative charge, so it is known as anionic sphere complexes. Third type is neutral sphere complexes. In this case neutral coordination compound complex does not possess cationic or anionic sphere, so they have no any charge, positive or negative. In this case have positive charge, in this case have negative, in this case have no any charge. So therefore these are known as neutral sphere complexes. So based on the basis of charge on the complex, there are 3 types of complexes. One is cationic, anionic, and neutral sphere complexes. So this is the classification. We can classify complex on the basis of the nature of ligand, whether it is same type or different ligands, or on the basis of charge present, whether it is having positive, negative, or neutral. Now next important part of this coordination compound is the IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. So to write the IUPAC names of these compounds, certain rules are there, and we have to follow all these rules to write the name, as the coordination compound or complexes can be complicated, and some rules have been suggested by the IUPAC to the name of this compound. These rules are given here, and different rules are there, and on the basis of these rules we can write the name of the complexes. So here the name of the complexes have shown here, and first rule is in naming the complex ion neutral molecule. In this case the name of the ligand first, write the name of the ligand first and then metal. So first rule is given here, and that is in naming the complex ion the neutral molecule. So in this case we have to write the name of ligand first and then metal. So this is the rule number 1, that is in this case in naming the complex ion, in case of complex ion or neutral molecule, the name of the ligand first, write the name of the ligand first and then metal, name of the metal. Second rule is the name of the anionic ligand are obtained by changing the ending IDE to O and ATE to ATO. So second rule is write the name of the anionic ligand obtained by changing the ending IDE to the ATE O and ATE to ATO. Third rule is given here. The name of the complex is one single word. There must not be any space between the different ligand name as well as between the ligand name and the name of the metal. Number 4 is the after the name of the metal writes the oxidation state in Roman number which appear in parenthesis, that is in bracket, without any space between the metal name. Some more rules are there. If complex has more than one ligand of the same type, the number is indicated with the prefix. We have to use di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa and so on. For the complex having more than one type of ligand, they are written in an alphabetical order. If the names of the ligand itself contain numerical prefixes with bis, tris, tetrakis and so on, we have to write in case of bidentate ligand. The metal in cationic or neutral complex is specified by its usual name. Then anionic complex name of the metal ends with a ATE. So these are the different rules which are given. So I am again repeating that in case of the rule number, that is formula of the complex can be written. So in that case the formula of the complex is that first write the name of the central metal atom and then followed by ligand, and these are both the metal and ligand enclosed in a square bracket. Now there are different types of ion, then order of naming the ion. In that case positive ion is we have to write first and followed by the negative ion. So positive ion first and then negative ion, and also number is also indicated in the complex. And another is that naming the complex species. Complex species, that is for writing this, the order of naming is all ligands are named first, then those are listed together as a one word without any separation of hyphen, and this is followed by the name of the central atom with its oxidation state in Roman numerals. And in case of naming the ligand, if the complex contains more than one type of ligand, the negative ligand are named first, followed by neutral ligand and then positive ligand. If there are two more ligands of the same type, then we have to use the prefix di, tri, tetra. And negative ligand, when we are writing, name of the negative ligand are written as a ending in O. If the name of the ligand ends with IDE, ITE, ATE, it is changed to IDO, ITO, ATO. For example, sulfite, sulfito, sulfate, sulfato, acetate, acetato, nitrate, nitrito, cyanate, cyanato, like that. Or some ligands are there ending with IDE, it changes simply to O. For example, fluoride, so we have to write fluoro, chloride, chloro, bromide, bromo, cyanide, cyano, like that. And some neutral ligands are there like water, it is known as aqua, NH3 ammonia is there, amine, carbonyl, nitrosyl, like that. So these are the order of naming the ligand, and so these are the rules we have to follow. And when we are writing the name of the metal, in that case we have to write when metal is a part of, in case of writing the name of the metal and central metal, and how to write the name of the central metal ion. If the central metal atom is a part of positive ion or non-ionic neutral complex, its name is used without any change. When metal is a part of positive ion or neutral complex, in that case name is used without any change. But if it is a part of anion, the name is ended with a AT. For example, when metal is a part of negative ion, then we have to write AT in the last. Cobalt can be written as cobaltate, zinc as a zincate, chromium, chromate, platinum, platinate, like that. And so these are the some rules, and on the basis of that we can write the name of the complexes or coordination compound. For example, some are given here examples, that is here this anionic ligand bromide, so write the IUPAC name bromo, chloride, chloro, fluoride, fluoro, iodide, iodo, cyanide, cyano, sulfato, sulfato, sulfate, sulfato, nitro, nitro, nitrato, like that. And here neutral ligands are there, NH3 ammonia, so what is amine, and CO carbonyl, like that. So and anionic ligands are that is the anionic ligand, and here also carbonato. So what is carbonate? Carbonato, hydroxide, hydroxo, oxalate, oxalato, like that. So here are the names given, and IUPAC name is also given for water, echo. So these are the names of the anionic and neutral ligands. So here neutral ligand is ammonia. So here these are the neutral ligands, and these are also neutral ligand. Ethylene diamine. So in this way, write in a combined one word, ethylene diamine. So these are the examples of names of anionic and neutral ligands. Here are given IUPAC names of metal in anionic complex. As we know, when metal is a part of negative ion, then we have to end the name of the metal with the ate. So here aluminium, aluminate, cobalt, cobaltate, gold, aurate, manganese, magnate, platinum, platinate, like that. Chromium, chromate, copper, cuprate, iron, ferrate, nickel, nickelate, and zinc, zincate. So these are the names of metal. When metal is a part of positive ion or neutral molecules complex, then there is no need to change the name. But when it is a part of metal is a part of negative ion, then we have to change the name of the complex in this way according to this table. Now here are the table which is given, and we have to use all the rules given by IUPAC and to write the name of the complex. For example, here some of the examples of anionic complexes in this case. So what is the formula? NaCN4 2 minus. So in this case we have to write tetracyanonickelate, because this is the negative ion and nickel is a part of this negative complex. Therefore nickel is now converted to nickelate. So write the name in this way: tetra, 4 number is here, tetracyanonickelate 2 ion. So oxidation state in of nickel is 2. As we know the formula, that is the charge on the metal plus charge on the ligand equals to charge on the complex ion. So suppose here charge of the complex ion is x, and charge on the Cn is a ligand is a 4 into minus 1. Cn have minus 1, 4, minus 4 equal to 2 minus. So minus 4 to this side. When it comes to the right hand side, plus 4, minus 2, plus 2. So nickel have plus 2 charge. This calculation already we have seen in a last lecture, and now here another example of this complex. This is oxalate here ligand. So trioxalato cobaltate. So what is the name? Trioxalato cobaltate 3 ion. So oxidation state of cobalt is 3. So this is the oxidation state in the Roman numeral in bracket of the metal, and here this is hexacyanoferrate. So iron is, this is the hexacyanoferrate, and 4 minus is there, so here 2 ion. So oxidation state is again 2. So here is a 4 minus, FeCN6 4 minus. This is the complex FeCN6 4 minus. So in this way we can calculate the oxidation state of metal. So these are the examples of anionic complexes. Another example is compound containing complex anion and the metal cation. So in this case here are the compound containing complex anion and the metal cation. So here these are the examples: complex anion and metal cation. So this is metal cation, complex anion. So these are the different types, and here we have to write the first. Here no need to write the number, only write the sodium. Whether it is 3 or 4, sodium number no need to write, only start from there. So write the first sodium, then here hexa, nitro, nitrito, hexa, nitro, cobaltate. Again this is the part of cobalt is a part of negative ion, because this is positive, so this is negative. So in this case we can write the name sodium hexa nitro cobaltate. Oxidation state is 3. In case of K3 second complex, here potassium trioxalate, here the potassium trioxalato aluminate 3. Oxidation state again here 3, because this K3 means here is 3 minus, and 2 minus is there on the oxalate, 3 are there, minus 6 and minus 3. So 3, aluminum have 3. So we can calculate metal plus ligand equal to complex charge. So metal can be calculated. So here another example: sodium hexafluoro aluminate 3. So this is another compound, that is sodium positive. Write the name of the positive at first and then negative. So sodium hexafluoroaluminate, become part of negative aluminate 3. Now examples are given of the cationic complexes. So here name is given here, CuNH4 2 plus. So here tetraamine copper 2 ion. So here tetraamine copper 2 ion. Again now here, as now ammonia is the neutral, what is the charge? 2 plus. So 2 is the oxidation state of copper, because there is no need to do the calculation. So in this case name is the tetraamine copper. Copper name is again same, because it is a part of positive ion. So therefore no, we have to write ATE. So simple, no change, copper. So tetraamine copper 2 ion. 2 is the oxidation state. In this case 2 different ligands are there, and when 2 ligands are different, then we have to write in alphabetical order. So here penta-aco. So this here penta-aco, A first and then isothiocyanate. So penta-aco isothiocyanato iron 3 ion. So this is the complex. So here write penta-aco here isothiocyanato iron 3 ion. So in this way we can write. In this case now 2 ligands are there. This is bidentate ligand ethylenediamine, and this is thiocyanato, dithiocyanato. 2 are there. So we can write here 2 are there, ethylenediamine 2 are there. So write first. So bis ethylenediamine dithiocyanato platinum dithio. This is 2 dithiocyanato platinum 4. Oxidation state is 4. So in this way these are the cationic complexes. Now in case of compound containing complex cation and anion. Complex cation and anion. So this is anion and this is complex cation. Here complex is positive and this anion. So complex is a positive, therefore written first and then anion next. In this case now tetraamine, here tetraamine dibromo platinum 4 bromide. So here bromide 2 are there, but no need to write dibromide. Okay, write only the bromide, no number of the ionization sphere. So only bromide, write the name tetraamine. So tetra means 4, tetraamine dibromo platinum 4 bromide. Oxidation state we can calculate. And after this, now here we can write the pentaamine carbonato cobalt 3 chloride. So another here pentaamine, here this is 5, pentaamine carbonato cobalt chloride. In this way, this is another example. In this case 2 ligands are different, and now iodide is there, and we can write aco, pentaamine aco cobalt. So here pentaamine aco cobalt iodide, cobalt 3 iodide. Neutral complexes are there. Examples are given here. In this case the first example is CONH2 3 NH3. So here triamine trinitro cobalt. So here triamine, here amine first, nitro N, alphabetical order, A first, N next. Triamine trinitro cobalt 3 complex. So here the name triamine tricobalt trinitro cobalt 3. Another FeCO5. So here pentacarbonyl iron, oxidation state is 0. Whenever the carbonyl or nitrosyl forming complex, their oxidation state of metal is 0. So write 0. 0 is the oxidation state. In case of last example, 2 ligands are there. So triamine trithiocyanato, triamine, first amine then thiocyanato. So triamine trithiocyanato rhodium 3 complex. This is the rhodium 3 complex. So in this way, these are the list of IUPAC names of the some complexes given, and we have to follow all these rules. So in short, we can say that write positive ion first and then negative ion, and when we are writing the name of the ligand, so order is there. What is in case of first positive ion, whether it is complex or that. So whenever we are writing the name of the ligand, so in that case of the name of the ligand, when different ligands are present, so negative ligand are named first, negative ligand first, followed by neutral, and then positively charged ligand. So in this way, name of the ligand and metal name, when we have to write the name of the metal, when metal is a part of positive ion or the neutral molecule, in that case no need to change the name of the metal. But when metal is a part of negative ion complex ion, in that case we have to change the name, that is cobalt, cobaltate, ATE, we have to end with the ATE. So copper cupellate, for example chromium chromate, zinc zincate, like that. So we can change the name as shown here in this table also. And different types of ligand, if 2 ligands are present in the complex, write in alphabetical order. Examples are given here. So all these are the IUPAC nomenclature of this coordination compound. So today we have discussed the Werner's theory of coordination compounds, and here Werner has given some important 4 postulates, and on the basis of that he also explained the formation of cobalt-amine complexes. And here after that we have seen the different types of complexes, that is based on the nature of ligands and charge pressure on the complex ion. And after that also we have discussed the different rules to write the IUPAC nomenclature of the coordination compound, and certain rules are there. On the basis of that, IUPAC name of the compound can be we can give to the complexes or coordination compound. So on the basis of that, how to write the name of ligand, how to write the name of metal, how to write the name of complex, we have seen with an example in this case. So today we stop here. In the next part we will discuss EAN number and also valence bond theory.